Hi, welcome back to the channel, Miles with Smiles with me, Tony. So the other day I had someone ask me about kit. What kit do I use? So I thought that was a brilliant topic for a video. So I've got some kit beside me and I'm going to go through all the bits and pieces that I use and hopefully it might help you out. First things first, okay? Let's start from the right core bits. Shorts. These are compression shorts, underwear, whatever you want to call them, okay? These are the business. They are like a lycra style material. Now, you're probably going to want to go for something like this, and the biggest tip I can give you is don't wear cotton. And the reason why I'm saying that is because cotton doesn't dry quick. It's not a fast drying material. You want a material like a spandex, like a lycra, that's going to take away moisture from the body quick, and it's quick to dry as well. If you've got cotton on, it's just going to get wet, it's going to rub against your skin, and you're going to end up getting rashes or chafing, and you just don't need that. So this is the business. These many different makes make this product, okay? You can get them online. Again, once again, I'm not endorsed by any of these products. So these are what I personally wear, and a real good tip, okay, is get ones with pockets in, okay, like pockets on the leg, okay, so you can put your phone, your keys in there, whatever. You don't have to carry a phone with you, you can just put it in the pocket and away you go. These are an absolute must buy in my opinion. Not only that, tights as well, running tights. Again, many different makes make these. You can get really expensive ones, you can get really cheap ones. This is the same material as these shorts here. Again with the pocket, absolutely fantastic. I personally like wearing these. Well, these are more from winter months. But not only that, sometimes I like wearing these if I'm on a trail, because there'll be overgrown sections and stinging nettles, and these are a lifesaver when it comes to stinging nettles. I've been out and about wearing shorts and my legs have just been stung. What else we've got? Shorts. Again, shorts are shorts really. Just get yourself a decent pair of running shorts from a decent make. These ones are Under Armour. I've got Nike ones as well. Both are really good. I prefer the Under Armour ones. They're just a little bit looser and they just work for me. Again, that's really personal preference. That you just find something that works for you and stick with it. Under Armour or compression tops. Love these. I use these for running and cycling. So if you're into a lot of different sports, you'll find that a lot of kit can be used with the other sports. You can mix and match your kit. So this one's an Under Armour one. I use Under Armour and Nike because they just fit me well. Yeah, brilliant bits of kit. They wick away the sweat and just keep everything in place. But yes, these are good. And again, you can get these from many different retailers online, and the price is just range. There's a huge range there, from very cheap to high-end stuff. But they all essentially do the same job. So next up is my running top. Now this one's a Nike one. I love this one because, as you can see with the material, it's fairly light. It's really breathable. So I'll wear my Under Armour and I'll wear this on top, and yeah, it's just breathable. It just does the job. And not only that, if I'm on a country road, you can see me, it's a bright top, okay? So I have, in my opinion, the brighter the better. So bright oranges, yellows, all those sort of high vis colors. That's what I wear when I'm out and about, so people can see me. This one here on the back, it's got like a pattern which is reflective as well. So yeah, it's something that's really breathable. Again, you don't really want to wear a cotton top, because if you're wearing a cotton t-shirt, it's gonna trap the sweat. It's gonna be horrible at the end of it, and it's just gonna rub on your body, and it's just not gonna be that good. So anything like this which is fast drying, that's the sort of thing you need to be looking at. Okay, so I've put this in here, a buff style scarf or snood or whatever you want to call it. These are fantastic, okay, because A, with what we're living with at the moment with coronavirus and everything, and you need a mask to go into shops, if you've got this on you, you just pop it on, pull it up like a mask. Not only that, yes, it will keep you warm if it's a bit cooler, but you can turn it into a hat, you can turn it into a sweatband, you know, put it around your arm like that and just mop up the sweat as you're going along. These are so versatile, and I think they're just, for what they cost, I think they're just brilliant. Again, this is a make called Buff. There are other makes out there, but they are so handy. Yeah, I've got a bunch of these. These are fantastic. I've taken them on events. The handy bit about it was I took this on a duathlon event, and in the transition period where I went from running to cycling, you had to put a mask on. I had one of these on, popped it up, saved me a bunch of time looking for masks. So these are worth their weight in gold. Socks are next, and these are a make called 1,000 Mile. I was recommended these, and they are brilliant. They are fantastic. I wear these a lot with running. They're merino wool, however you pronounce it, but these are brilliant. So if I turn this one inside out, you can see why. So on the heel, it's padded. It's got a thicker area on the heel and the front part of the foot as well. You can see, there you go, you can see there. They're comfortable. Because they're a wool, they dry quick, and you think you're gonna sweat in them quite a lot. You don't really. These are really good. You can get a shorter trainer sock. I wear these longer ones purely if I'm running on trail, mainly for stinging nettles, but yeah, absolutely fantastic socks. You can get cheaper versions. There are other different makes. I was just recommended these ones, and they seem to work well for me, and I have put on miles with these socks. They are fantastic. I've got a good few pairs now, and what you want to do is, once you've worn them, just rotate them. Just put them in the wash, rotate your selection as you do normal socks, but these are fantastic. Okay, next up, like I said, if you are into different sports, you can mix and match your kit. So these are arm warmers for cycling. These are a winter one, but I've got thinner ones. These are just ones I've just picked out the drawer. And what you can do with these is have them in your pocket. If it's a colder, slightly chillier run, pop them on like you would do. They're just arms basically, but they are so handy. If you look at some athletes like Mo Farah, he likes to wear them when he's training. You know, it's all personal preference. You can get thin ones, you can get thick ones, you can get thermal ones. They are fantastic, but these are a make called Rapha who do cycling gear. They're brilliant. They are brilliant. I always have a pair of these in my back pocket when I go cycling, because you never know if you're going to get cold. Next up, again, like I said, if you've got kits for other sports, you can mix and match. I like wearing this jacket sometimes, and when it's cooler. It's summer now, so I don't really wear it. But it's a thin jacket. It's a thin cycling jacket. It's water repellent. Again, this is an old Team Sky top made by Rapha. So handy. It's so light as well. I have got running waterproof jackets, but this is one of my go-tos because it's just so versatile. It's brilliant. It's got a decent zip at the back for if you want to put your phone in there or whatnot. It's brilliant. I like this jacket. But again, like I said, different sports, you can use it. You don't have to specifically use running gear. Next up, sunglasses. Sunny at the moment, got to have a pair of sunglasses. Again, all down to personal preference. There are many different styles out there. You can get polarized ones, you can just get normal sunglasses that will protect your eyes from the UV. These are just a pair of ones from Decathlon. These cost about £25. You don't have to spend the earth on sunglasses. Decathlon, they're a decent store. They have lots of bits and pieces at various different price ranges, and there is something in there for everybody. A brilliant store. If you're getting into a sport, that's a good shop to go and have a look at cheap kit, and they are good. So there you go. Trainers are next. So I've got a few styles here. Again, I'm not endorsed by any company. These are really what I use. So for my tempo runs, I like using these. These are Nike Pegasus Turbo trainers. Really, really good. They don't make them anymore, unfortunately. You can't really get them anymore. But for me, these are fantastic. They've got a double layer of foam here. They've got the Zoom X foam and I think the React foam, that's what they call it. For tempo runs, your faster runs, these are the boys. These are good. So versatile as well. So I've got 2 pairs of these. Okay, so these ones are still current. I still use these. These ones, these are gone. These are worn out now, and you can see by the tread at the bottom, they're gone. Okay, so these have had probably about close to 700 miles on these ones. Okay, so they're pretty gone now. They don't look too bad, but you can see by the tread, they're gone. And what I do when my trainers are gone like this, instead of throwing them out, I just use them as everyday trainers after that. There's life in them, but not for running. Put them down there. So when I'm not using the turbos, I use these. These are just the normal Nike Pegasus. These are I think they're the 36 versions. These are great. Absolutely love these. These have got the Zoom foam on them. And what I've noticed with all trainers actually is within the first 20 miles, like when you first get them, they're a little bit stiff, as most shoes are. But within the first 20 miles of you running in them, they start to soften up, and these ones really soften up, and I really love them. These for me are probably my go-to, like these are the go-to trainers. If I'm not using these are the ones. These are a really good everyday trainer. You can use them for multiple different sports. But for running, these are really, really good. They're light and they just work for me. Okay, they really work for me. I've used them on long runs. I've used them in an ultra marathon. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And I will be getting another pair of these. Again, the brighter the color, the better. When the weather's not so good and it's raining and a bit muddy and a bit yucky, I like to wear these. These are the Nike Pegasus Shields. You can tell I've used them, look proper muddy. So they've got this tread on the bottom of the shoe, and it's called a Storm Tread wet traction rubber, and they do grip really well in the wet. So I use these obviously when it's raining, there's lots of puddles. Also off-road as well. These are a really good off-road trainer. I wouldn't say they're a good trail trainer as in muddy trails. If it's a gravel road, that sort of thing, these are brilliant. These handle that fantastic. But when it comes to mud, like a muddy path, they're not the best. That's where you start looking at the realms of a trail shoe, where it's got bigger tread at the bottom. That's the sort of shoe that I'm looking at next. I'm really looking into the Nike Pegasus Trails more. The Nike Pegasus Trail trainers. That's what I'm looking at for a new pair of trainers. But these are fantastic. If you ever see these online, these are an absolute bargain. They are such a versatile trainer. Not necessarily one that I'd use in the summer, but if it's been raining, these are the boys. Last but not least, watches. Okay. Now again, there are various different watches to suit people's budgets. Okay, loads. Now, I have a Garmin. This is my Garmin watch. Okay, it's a 645 music watch. Okay, there you go. I'll put the little light on so you can see it works. So this one, I got this for about £200, and it was on an offer, and it's pretty good. It really is good. So it's a 645 music, full runner 645 music. So it will track my runs with GPS. It will link to the app on the phone, which will be Garmin Connect, and it will link up to Strava and all the other apps that you would like it to link to. And it's great in that respect. I use Garmin for my cycling computer as well, so it all works with the same app. So that's why I really wanted a Garmin watch, so it all works together. So this watch will last, it's lasted me, I'm just trying to think time-wise, battery life, probably almost a week if I've not done anything. If you're running and you're listening to music on it, because it has the music function where you can download playlists from Spotify onto the watch. If you're using the GPS and your Bluetooth for Spotify, it will last about 5 hours. If you're not using that, it will last a hell of a lot longer. I've been out on ultra runs and I've done one where it's taken me just under 7 hours. Loads of life left in that, absolute loads of life. I think I finished the event and I had probably about 40% left in the battery. And you can also make that last longer. There's an ultra setting in it where it just takes off some of the less important parts, so the less important bits of data that you don't need, and it will make the battery last a hell of a lot longer. There are other watches available, so I'm looking at watches now that have maps incorporated into it. You can get an app for that which does maps. I'm not sure how good it is. I'm going to have to test it out, but it didn't originally have the maps on it. So I will test it out and I will report back. However, for the price, it is a phenomenal piece of kit. The good thing about these watches as well is they'll do your heart rate, they'll do all that, they will do your GPS, they will come up with a load of data that you might not need when you're running, such as your minutes per mile, you know, time elapsed, all that sort of information that you need. If you've got a chest strap, okay, so you want a bit more of an accurate reading for your heart rate, it will link all that together. That's the great thing about Garmin's. They will link all your bits and pieces together. So if I'm on the bike and I want to link my cadence sensor to it, I just have to set it all up. That's why I like having a Garmin. Now, don't get me wrong, there are other makes out there. You've got, for example, Apple Watches. It's all down to personal preference. I did a little bit of research and I looked on YouTube as well for this watch, because I was looking at one that was lesser in the range, but this one came up at a good deal, and that's why I pulled the pin on it and bought this watch. Again, not only that, other bits of kit that you may want to consider, different style of water bottles. You can get soft water bottles, hard water bottles. You know, again, that's all down to personal preference, but these are the bits of kit that I use. So I really hope it's been helpful. If you have any ideas for any other videos, please drop them in the comments below. And thanks for watching.